216-578-1007 if you want to join us live. 800-348-1007. 35192 to send a text. AlanCoxShow.com. You want to watch. Thanks to Jacima Florpetty for helping out in the video department today. Appreciated. I think the Guardians won last night. I think 6-5 was the final over the
innings.
Arizona D-bags. Right. 11 innings, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So it was
in a row.
They didn't do an intermission?
Not this time.
Mm-hmm. Franmil Reyes goes down to the minors or something, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just having a tough season.
So the Guardians will play Arizona again tonight, and you'll hear it here on WMMS. 7:10 is the start. Right downtown at the corner of Man, it'll come to me one of these days. At the corner of
you got that one day.
This and That is where you'll find Progressive Field, Guardians Field. You'll find it just a hop and a skip away from the team's namesake. Traffic statues. 7:10 tonight is the first pitch here in MMS. So 6:35 after we roll out is when that pregame coverage will begin. I got a letter from Jeff in North Ridgeville. You guys were talking yesterday about the not a conspiracy theory. Bill mentioned there's a theory that the Jetsons and the Flintstones lived at the same time. It's kind of an aside yesterday.
Yeah, just
someone had kind of one of these fan theories, right? That the Jetsons end up being the elites living in the sky and the Flintstones are living on the ground. And Jeff said this is all false. There was a critically underappreciated cinematic masterpiece in 1987 called The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. Now, I remember this. I was in high school. I forgot about it until Jeff reminded me, but I do remember this. The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones.
I remember that one too, but the one that was on a loop in our house was the Jetsons movie. My younger brother loved that movie, and he would just watch it the way kids watch Frozen now or whatever, Moana or Coco. They'll just watch it again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the movie that he'd watch again and again and again to the point where we destroyed the tape without him knowing. Like, because he was so young. He didn't know how they worked. We're like, oh, must have broke.
Plus, that was back when, that would have been late 80s, early 90s probably.
Yeah.
Jetsons movie.
Yeah.
That was back before every cartoon movie was celebrity voices.
Yeah, there was
now that's
no
the case.
Names.
Back then, or the people who did the voices.
Yeah.
In the original, I don't know if those people were still alive in the 90s, but I think Mel Blanc was still doing voices. You'd see Rick Dees pop up as a cartoon voice in some of these things for people who remember Rick Dees. But the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones was 87. Elroy invented a time machine that takes them back to prehistoric times. And then they all meet each other.
Well, find out if one of those three heads knows how to talk.
Okay. Yabba dabba, friend.
Well, one thing, the people of the future don't waste any words.
Hey, Dad, I think he said friend. Try it.
Oba doba, friend.
Hey, did you recognize that word, Bon?
Which one, Uba or Duba?
Why did Fred and Barney wear ties?
Because they're fancy.
They were working men.
But they worked construction.
They were blue collar employees. Mm-hmm. They worked for Spacely. No, that was the Jetsons. Spacely Sprockets. They worked for the Flintstones. Worked at the stone yard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they were
maybe to show they were boys because men wear ties. Back in the 70s.
Friend, come on, let's take a chance.
Idiot.
Jane, they're all coming.
Did she say the 70s?
Whenever the cartoon was out is what I
know. I did. Prehistoric times, the 70s.
But also, is it more likely that Elroy created a spaceship or that he's like, oh, I created this spaceship, and they just went down to the ground level where all this prehistoric stuff was happening?
Well, therein lies the question. I don't know. Fred wore a tie, not Barney. Sorry.
Was Fred a manager?
I don't know about that. I know that they were sliding down the same dinosaur come quitting time.
Coming out.
They do look quaint, don't they? Wow, I hope that that's not the way our descendants are gonna look.
Maybe we've gone so far into the future, the time has started all over again.
I wonder if they know any other words.
I bet they understand this. I love your dress. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Turns out that the gals could converse with each other over how attractive they were.
Because
some things never change.
Fashion is the universal language.
Universal language. So thank you, Jeff, for that reminder of the Jetsons meet the Flintstones. P.S. Can I get another Alan Cox Show sticker? Yes, you can. It's got a brand new batch of Alan Cox Show stickers that I'm happy to send to you with just a quick email to me. Somebody tweeted me a photo of theirs in their back window. It's been there so long it's completely bleached. So you can't see Cox. 226. You can't see that, and it's just Alan and Show.
Where's the strangest place you've seen one of your stickers?
On my crotch. Gwen and I were engaging in a little bit of role play, and strange for me.
As what?
As myself, as a billboard. Thank you very much.
Sticky side down.
Sticky side down, baby. Well, not at the beginning, but at the end.
Yeah.
Where's the weird? I don't know. I mentioned yesterday that it was one was spotted on the tampon dispenser at Masthead Brewing Company. Strangest. I mean, we'll get photos from bureau chiefs who place them somewhere. I always think to I always have them in my backpack, and that goes with me wherever I go. And I always have it in my brain, I'll tag places when I travel.
Yeah.
But then I feel like a vandal. So, I don't want to do, I put one on an electrical box near the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris.
There you
because
go.
it was already covered with stickers.
Right.
It's right on the Seine, and I go, beautiful. So there's a sticker in Paris at the Alan Cox Show. But when I go places domestically, I don't know. I feel weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel strange. I guess I don't want to, I'm not a vandal. I don't want to be that guy.
I don't think it's illegal. I think you'd be okay. Are you going to take your fingerprints?
I probably would. But I say what?
I saw a Mattitude sticker on a street pole.
Sure.
I forget where. I think
I have
it was
a Mattitude sticker on my laptop.
It was downtown Cleveland or in Ohio City, somewhere downtown. And I was just I wonder if he did that or if a loyal fan, a groupie, did that. But okay, you're going places.
Does Mattitude have groupies? I hope that he does. But
absolutely, he does.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
He's a DJ. I think
that's not
no matter
the
what
same
level
thing.
you are. You have some. Ooh, can you play Timber by Kesha?
Those aren't groupies. Those are people who want you to play a song. When I'm doing a gig, we just confirmed that there will be the next season of the Cox Out pre-games downtown for Browns football. Those will begin in September. When I'm up there in the booth, people ask me to play songs. I'm very clearly not the DJ. Those are right.
Right.
But I'm saying
it'll be Flacco or somebody like that, and somebody much better known in that regard.
But the people that I've seen, I've been in the VIP booth while he's been spinning, and girls will come up and he'll play a song, and he's quite charming. After he plays their song, they're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You literally saved my life." And then he's like, "Yeah, go give me a drink."
DJ saved my life. So he goes hard then.
And then they'll go bring him a drink.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to work.
'Cause every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
I didn't know you had it like that, Mattitude.
I'm just saying, he's big up himself. Why not?
I was like, well, have her go get me a drink, too. I'm sitting back here. I came to support.
Here, Cody. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, bitch.
You know?
You don't know me. But he earns those drinks. He's given the crowds. You're not doing a goddamn thing for those people.
I'm being a helpful Brown and supporting.
Oh, stop
Coattails
it.
over
Helpful
here.
Brown. Yeah.
Cody Coattails.
Coattails Johnson over here.
I've always rode his coattails no matter what. When he wanted to win Spin Fest and you get to DJ at Las Vegas, I was actually upset that he didn't win because I was like, can't believe you didn't win, Matt. Our trip was just taken away from us.
You guys,
it's fixed.
It's always us.
You guys have a very hilarious relationship, though, because you're both very reliant on each other in certain ways. I don't know if it's
not anymore
as much as it used to be, but there was a time where you would make trips back and forth to each other's houses. You guys were you guys were like brothers for a little while.
We almost lived together.
Yeah,
we almost lived together.
Anything sus going on there or no?
No, it was they would bicker. That was the thing that was most like a relationship, the way they would bicker with each other.
No one wants to touch my vagina. No one used to piss me off more than Mattitude.
That's what I'm saying. And
no one used to piss. I just don't understand why he would get under my skin because
that speaks more about you than him.
Well, because he would ask you to pick up his Chipotle on the way over.
Like
stuff
I was
like
just literally help him out. So no, you're gonna get me a drink.
Wait a second. So it made you mad because he was treating you like you treat everybody.
Absolutely, I don't treat people like that. I have never once.
Go get me a drink.
That's at the club. I have never once asked Bill to drop something off at my house, even if it would really be convenient for me. I don't ask favors like that because I know I don't want to do that for people. I know I don't, so I don't want them asking me.
Right, and he'd ask you to be like on your way home from work, he'd be like,
not even. I would be like,
hey, I just ordered Chipotle. Can you go get it for me?
It's not even. I'm like, Matt, that's kind of out of my way. He's like, well, what are you doing tonight? You're not doing anything. What? You're gonna go home, smoke, and like watch Queer as Folk? I'm like, well, yes, I was. But
Homie's got a point, though. I'm telling you, he's out there. He's working nights, right? He's on the wheels of steel. He's on the ones and twos, spinning the hot stacks of wax for the honeys, for the guys, right? He's out there. He's doing it. He's late night. He's right. You're not doing anything.
That's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I want to.
But
do
it does
him.
matter. It does matter.
It does.
You're a friend. You go. Of course, I'll go pick that up for you.
Now, if you were smart, you would have shadowed him and learned to DJ, and then you wouldn't have to have your day job. You could be Poundcake here and then Poundcake in the clubs as a DJ, and only work, 1.5 jobs.
You could be getting home at 4 a.m., sleeping 5 to 1, coming in here. You could be living the life, son.
I've done that. I'm good.
All right.
He was the reason why I got into MC Wettings. That was Mattitude's doing. He recruited me, essentially.
Recruited you to be MC Wettings?
Yeah.
But you're not doing that this summer.
No, because I was so overwhelmed because I was doing all 3 jobs. But
that's what I'm saying. You got to get to the point where you're making enough money.
But there's a season
doing
for
the DJ stuff, but not just the wedding stuff, but like the way like Mattitude and Members Only Dave are like the local DJs, and they get booked at different.
You think they get handed stuff?
Yeah,
like gotta hustle, man.
And they have followings, and they do pretty well.
Could it be that you're easily overwhelmed?
Probably. Yeah. So therefore, I can't bring his Chipotle to his house.
All that to get there.
I would think that a part of you would go, man, if I keep doing these favors, I'm going to rack up some social credit with this person. And at some point, it's like The Godfather. Someday I will call upon you for a favor, and that day may never come.
No, he uses...
But if it does, Mattitude's not he's utterly guileless, this kid. I mean, he's just out there doing his thing, and here you won't even bring him sustenance when he's out there performing a public service. As someone who also, Mary, performs a public service, I am nothing if not a steward of the airwaves, right? Mm-hmm. The public trust has been placed in me for nigh on 3 decades around this great nation. And so as a public servant, that's how you think of yourself. That's what Poundcake, Mattitude is. He's a public servant in the clubs, right? Is he occasionally getting his pickle tickled? I don't know. All I'm saying is you wouldn't kill you. Bring him some food.
There have been times where I've caved. I'm like, you know what? It's been a minute since I've seen you. Let me pull on up. I'll grab some Chipotle too, and then you're not inconveniencing me. I'm not going out of my way.
But he just opens the door, grabs the bag, closes the door.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought we were gonna hang out. He's like, we're not.
No, we're not. I gotta go work at night. I got a gig. But that's only because there was something in it for you. Where's the selflessness?
I didn't say I was selfless. I'm selfish.
Why don't you aspire to selflessness? I was thinking about this last night. I was texting with my mom. I'm always checking in on my mom now since my dad died. And she made it very clear she didn't want people asking her how she was doing. Because she said, I won't be doing well for a long time. Well, how you doing is usually the entree to any conversation you're going to have with somebody, especially by text. And so I've tried to come around to how else I can start the thing. So I'll just be like, how's it going out there? Blah, 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 whatever. Sometimes I'll ask my siblings how she's doing. But that's not the same as, texting her. And my mom is prone to, in the past, she would text me like novels. I'm like, we should just do this talk on the phone, Shouldn't do that lately. They're very short, sentences, because whatever. But she asked me how I was doing. And I said, I'm doing all right, I said, I'm trying to improve my attitude. I'm trying to make a conscious effort to have a better attitude. Because I notice lately, maybe over the past year or so, I've gotten a bad attitude. And I don't want to be that guy. I consider myself an optimist. I don't think there's any downside to being an optimist, right? Contrary to popular belief, everybody thinks I'm a pain in the ass or whatever, that's fine. But I am trying to actively have a better attitude about things. To let things, because at my core, things don't really bother me. I've noticed a lot of things have started to bother me, and I don't want to be that guy.
Like what?
Huh?
Well, an
like
example.
People asking me questions, Bill.
Oh, excuse me.
Well,
does anybody do that? Is that
yeah, we still do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse. That's right. I'd buy that for $1. So all I'm saying, Poundcake, is maybe you should aspire to evolve into someone who acts more selflessly rather than go, I'm just selfish.
Okay, well, I'll do that starting today.
I'm trying to encourage him to be more selfish about his career. And he's been saving up this $10,000 and
oh please, that is so
that's ship sailed a long time ago.
That's so depleted.
I just want more for the kid, and
he's saving up money for his calf implants or whatever he's doing. I don't know.
Calf implants,
whatever you gay dudes do at some point.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Implants.
Pec implants. I don't know something. But how do you want him to be more selfish about? Well,
because he always talked about having his own show and all these things, and
that's not selfishness. He lacks ambition.
Right, but I think there's. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean he does, but
we've
had it coming in, and then it dissipated.
We've collectively, because I moved him into this furnished home. Mm-hmm. We've collectively always tried to get him to kind of.
He has
push his own wagon or
he's
whatever.
He's done the
right?
podcast, which has been a good thing. And it does okay. Like it gets good numbers. So I think it's entertaining too. But it's one of those things where I would like to see him continue to promote it and
I am. I'm doing it tonight.
Good. But like I don't see a lot of promotion on your social media and stuff like that.
I literally just did it last week.
Great.
For the last episode. I'm going to do it this episode too.
Good. And that's what I like to see.
I'm excited to move into the new studios because now I can feel more official, and I would like to start using cameras and stuff like that. And I'm going to need some help with the tech stuff because I don't know how you do this operation, Bill. So I can.
I'm brilliant.
I'm sure there's just an app that I do. But
there's 2 YouTube tutorials you have to watch, and you'll be able to figure it all out. It's not that hard.
I know. I'm sure it's that simple.
Oh God, I was watching some of the tech demos this morning. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take notes on this new equipment.
It's a lot.
Holy
the new equipment,
cow!
It's a lot of the same stuff that you already do. It's just figuring out the new names for the buttons and stuff like that. But it's also, there's so many other things you can do with it.
Yes.
And they'll jump from something like, okay, I'm pretty familiar with this. And then they'll throw something new at you. You're like, wait, go back.
It's very scattershot. The stuff that they sent us.
Yeah.
The training videos came out of the Chicago studios, and it's very scattershot. Yeah. I watched the phone screening software training, too, just so I know what was going on there.
I watched that. I watched that live twice. And I feel like I have a pretty good grip on that. So if he has questions, I can help with that.
And I can find all those in like my little app here.
You can't find them anywhere.
They were only sent to high-level personnel.
Yeah, they're in Workday.
Yeah, they're all in there. Okay. In the learning tabs or whatever. But the latest Poundcake podcast is it's on the app. I don't see it on our show site, but it's on the app
because it was when we were off. So I don't think Bill
did. I miss one from last week.
What I brought back from Vegas is the most recent one that I see.
So the one
that's July 20th.
Okay.
What's holding Shawn Mendes back is the most recent one.
I missed that one. I'll throw it on the website too, though. But it's on the app.
On the iHeartRadio app.
And it's in my bio on Instagram.
Or yes, correct. It's also there. Mm-hmm. And Bill, in his infinite kindness, has taken Poundcake under his wing and tried to instill upon him the finer points of... See, the problem is ambition isn't something you can teach someone.
No.
They either have it or they do not. Mm-hmm. You can lead a pound cake to water, but...
Can't make him think.
Whatever the rest of that is, he'll figure it out. I have the utmost faith in him that he'll figure out what he needs to figure out as we approach his 30th birthday.
So soon.
Very
What
soon.
if he gets his own show in the next 30 days?
Mazel tov.
Yeah,
Because his
amazing.
birthday's in like a month.
Mazel tov. That would be unbelievable.
He gets it the day before.
Yes.
When's
I
your
think about
birthday?
that all the time. I have to plan for the future of this show, right? Whatever iteration this show is, since I've been in Cleveland, everybody that's been on this show, it's their first gig in radio. So whatever they move on to is their second gig in radio.
If there's a second gig in radio.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, Mary will eventually leave. Poundcake will get something. Bill will do whatever Bill wants to do. And I'll have to figure out the future.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. If Poundcake gets a gig somewhere, that's great for him. Now, he'll flop and he'll come back here, and that'll be fine. But, you know.
There won't be a position available for him anymore, but
I will
he'll still be
welcome
in
him
town.
back with open arms.
All right, I'm just saying, because I mean, once we bring in that new phone screener, it's going to be exciting. When's your birthday? Is it September 2nd and 3rd?
The 8th.
The 8th.
Second and third.
What's
second and third?
What's September 2nd and 3rd again?
Aren't you doing a special?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm recording a comedy special at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls, September 2nd and 3rd.
I thought you were talking about Labor Day. I was like,
It's that weekend.
yeah. I'm planning. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm planning, but my friends are planning a trip because we're all Virgos, so we're doing a Virgo retreat in the Colorado hills, in the mountains. I said.
So you can't go unless you're a Virgo.
This dude traveling all over the place.
Man, look at that.
Well, my mom kind of. I'm not.
They said Virgo, and he went.
I'm not gonna say she hijacked my plans, but I had already planned to go to Vegas to lose my V card a long time ago. I talked about this months ago, and then my mom was like, "Oh yeah, Vegas sounds fun. We should just go as a family vacation." And I said yes because I didn't think she was serious, and then she was serious, and we actually went. So now I'm like, okay, well, what am I gonna do for my 30th? All the other birthdays were kind of like irrelevant. This is like a milestone birthday.
Irrelevant. They were all irrelevant in that I didn't die.
Well, I'm just saying, you're in your 20s. The only one that matters is your 21st. So
25th, you can rent a car.
Sure. Okay. 21st, 25th. All right. I haven't been 25 for 4 years. Now it's time to be 30.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta. So
all right.
I want to do something. So we have a cabin in the middle of the woods. So if I die.
Nothing bad's ever happened in a cabin in the middle of the
I
woods
know.
with a bunch of Virgos.
And I'm the only black person too.
Nothing's ever happened where there's one black guy in a cabin in the woods with a bunch of
Colorado.
Virgos. Yep. You'll be the first one to die.
Yeah.
If our film credits can be any guide. I've got to take a break. If you want to text for something, 35192. You can listen anywhere you are and leave messages as well on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
WMMS.